Hey you guys, how are you doing? I hope you're all well. Welcome to Rustin's Boneyard. Today I've got a real treat for you. We've got these delicious lamb's testicles and I'm going to prepare those for you with an oyster mushroom and some aioli. So first thing to do, let's pop our testicles into some boiling water. I've got a pan on my hob which I've just brought to the boil and turned off. Let's bring that over. Pop the testicles, here they are, just pop them into the boiling water. And we just pop the lid on, just leave that there for a few minutes. Let's make our aioli. We're just going to make a simple classic mayonnaise. I just want an egg yolk, so I'm going to separate the white, and we can use that for something later. So we've got our egg yolk. Now we're going to use some olive oil. We're going to use mild and light olive oil. If we use extra virgin olive oil, it's going to be too strong. If we use vegetable oil, it's going to be too evil and unhealthy. There's an article on my website talking all about that. So we're going to whisk and we're going to pour very, very slowly a stream of oil in. If we pour it too fast, the mayonnaise will split. So now we have this nice thick base of our mayonnaise, and what we need to add to that is a little bit of Dijon mustard, half a teaspoon, a tiny bit of white wine vinegar, half a cap, a little bit of salt. This is all about balancing salt and acid against the fat of the mayo. It needs a tiny bit more mustard. It's still got an aftertaste of oil and not sort of the deeper flavours of the mustard and the vinegar. And the other thing we can add is just a squeeze of lemon, like that, not much. Try this. Tiny bit more salt. That's good. I've been roasting a clove of garlic. Squeeze out the garlic, caramelized garlic from inside like this. Mash it down with the knife. You can do this with a little bit of salt as well if you want to. Just sprinkle a little bit on and just mash it in like this to get it into a smooth paste. And then that just goes in. And it has this nice warmth. It's not sort of acrid like raw garlic can be. It has a smooth, sort of mellow flavour. Mix that through. Taste. Delicious. Let's get our testicles out of the hot water. Whoops. Slippery little buggers. Take them out, and what we're going to do now is just to peel this outside membrane off, and you can see it comes off quite easily because it's just been sitting in the hot water. Last one. Okay, that's looking nice and hot, so let's just turn the heat down a bit and just pop these in. I'm going to season with some sea salt. And there we go. Now while those are starting to cook, we can just prep our mushrooms. Got these nice oyster mushrooms. What I'm going to do is take a big slice like this out of the middle. I'm just taking the middle section. I'm not going to waste the other bits. We'll use them for another cook. It's got a little scalpel here. It's just a little craft knife. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut a crisscross pattern across them like this. Now the reason I'm using a craft knife, you can just use a normal kitchen knife, but the reason I really like to use this craft knife is because it can only cut, because of the tiny blade, it can only cut a certain way through. I'm not going to risk accidentally chopping right through. So I can just do this little cross-hatch pattern down these. I've got some lovely fresh rosemary. What I'm going to do is just take it off the stalk. We don't want big bits of rosemary. Big bits of rosemary can be a bit sort of prominent and not woody, but you know, you kind of notice the leafy quality that they have. So what I'm going to do is just very finely chop it like this, keep going over it. Finely chop spring onion. Now let's sprinkle a little of that rosemary onto our testicles. Those are starting to look really good now. Have a little squeeze of them. I like to squeeze my testicles just to make sure that they're nice and tender, which they are. Turn that one over. And just keep them sizzling away. It's nice to have nice crisp testicles, nice warm crisp testicles, but you do want to make sure that they're not getting rubbery and that they're nice and tender as they cook through. We don't want too much heat at one time. Let's get the edge of this one. Ooh, a little bit hot. There we go. Remove them to this little plate just to rest. Into the pan we are now going to put some butter. Quite a lot of butter actually. There we go. And our mushrooms. That's it. Keep it moving, we don't want the butter to burn. Just want to get some nice salt, season them well, and rosemary again. Keep that butter moving. I want it to burn, flip them over. Look at the colour of those. I can turn the heat off this now. Bring our mushrooms back onto the board here. I'm going to serve this on a slate like this. Nice mushroom like this. And then a couple of our lovely looking testicles here. Spring onion, and just to finish it off, a nice dollop of our aioli here. Delicious. Lamb's testicles, mushroom, aioli. Give it a go.